In a bold move that could reshape global energy dynamics, Russia has secured a significant new gas pipeline agreement with China, just as Western nations continue to distance themselves from Russian energy supplies. But here's where it gets controversial. This deal not only deepens economic ties between two major powers, but also sends a clear message of defiance to the West. On September 2, 2025, during a trilateral meeting in Beijing involving Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and Mongolian President Ukhnagin Khurelsukh, Russia and China formalized a legally binding Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to construct the long-awaited Power of Siberia 2 gas pipeline. This announcement came after direct talks between Putin and Xi, signaling a new chapter in their energy partnership. Alexei Miller, CEO of Gazprom, the Russian state-owned energy giant, confirmed to Russian media that the MOU covers the construction of this pipeline, which will transport natural gas from Russia's vast reserves in West Siberia through eastern Mongolia to northern China. According to Miller, the pipeline is designed to deliver an impressive 50 billion cubic meters BCM of gas annually. The agreement commits both countries to a 30-year supply contract. Although the exact pricing details are yet to be finalized, in addition to this new pipeline, Russia and China also inked a separate deal to increase gas deliveries through the existing Power of Siberia pipeline, further solidifying their energy cooperation. While Gazprom has not provided additional comments to CNBC, and Beijing has yet to officially confirm Miller's statement, China's state news agency Xinhua reported that over 20 cooperation agreements were signed during the summit, with energy deals featuring prominently. This development comes against the backdrop of a dramatic collapse in Russia's gas exports to Europe. Since Moscow launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in early 2022, Western countries have imposed stringent economic sanctions on Russia and actively sought to reduce their reliance on Russian energy, aiming to cut off a critical revenue stream that funds President Putin's military operations. For instance, the European Union has committed to phasing out imports of Russian gas and oil by the end of 2027, while the United States implemented a ban on Russian fossil fuel imports as early as March 2022. These measures have intensified Russia's urgency to pivot eastward, accelerating efforts to finalize the Power of Siberia 2 pipeline and shift its primary gas market from Europe to China. Christopher Granville, managing director at T.S. Lombard, offers a nuanced perspective on the deal. He acknowledges that while the Power of Siberia 2 agreement might seem limited in scope, it is far from insignificant. Gazprom has been courting China for over a decade to greenlight this project, often receiving only cautious, non-committal responses until now, Granville explained. The signing of this MOU marks a meaningful step forward for Gazprom. He further highlights the geopolitical implications. Given the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, this agreement clearly signals China's steady strategic support for Russia, positioning both as central players in a new, multipolar world order that challenges Western dominance. However, Granville cautions that an MOU is just the beginning. Drawing parallels to the original Power of Siberia pipeline, he notes that a similar preliminary agreement was reached in the mid-2000s, but it took nearly a decade to finalize pricing and investment decisions. This underscores the complexity and long timelines involved in such massive infrastructure projects. The timing of the deal also coincides with the annual Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit, where Russia and China have been eager to promote a vision of a new global security and economic framework. In his opening remarks, President Xi alluded to the current global instability and governance challenges, subtly criticizing the previous U.S. administration under Donald Trump by stating the world is at a new crossroads. Timothy Ash, an associate fellow at Chatham House specializing in Russia and Eurasia, sheds light on China's cautious approach. He suggests that Beijing has been playing hard to get with the Power of Siberia 2 deal, partly due to Russia's urgent need to replace lost European gas markets, over 120 BCM in exports, and partly because China was wary of antagonizing the Biden administration by overtly backing Russia. But now, Ash believes the dynamics have shifted. China likely secured a more favorable pricing arrangement and appears more willing to finance the pipeline's construction, he told CNBC. He also introduced a provocative idea. Xi seems to have embraced the concept of taco, Trump always chickens out, realizing that only by adopting a firm stance against the U.S. will Washington eventually relent. This acronym, originally coined to describe the unpredictable nature of Trump's tariff policies, is used here to suggest that China is signaling strength and unity with Russia and other global South nations. Ash interprets the SCO summit as a platform for these countries to present a united front against U.S. pressure, refusing to back down. So what does this mean for the future of global energy and geopolitics? Is this pipeline deal a genuine pivot towards a multipolar world, or is it more symbolic than substantive? Could China's growing support for Russia escalate tensions with the West, or might it open new avenues for cooperation? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with this interpretation, or do you see it differently? Share your views in the comments below and join the conversation.